first thing I'm doing is prepping the eye for the shadows to come. I'm using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot because it's got great coverage, but alternatively you could use a full coverage foundation or a concealer to get a similar effect. Today I'm using the Natural Love palette by Too Faced. This is just a neutral eyeshadow palette with 30 different eyeshadows in it, and I'm beginning with the shade Heaven. I'm sweeping this all over the eye area to set the base in place, and if you've used a foundation or a concealer, make sure that you do the same. I'm taking a shorter, more dense brush now, and I'm using this to pack some more of that Heaven shade underneath the brow. It's very subtle because it's close to my skin tone, but I want to keep that area in particular nice and light. Next, I'm going in with the shade Honey Butter, and like the colour I used previously, this is a matte eyeshadow, and I'm using this today as my transition shade. So with circular motions, I'm buffing this colour into the crease, and I'm going for that elongated look to the eyes today, so I'm pulling the eyeshadow upwards and outwards on the outer corner of my eye, out towards the tail of my brow. And I'm just adding a couple of layers of this shadow. I think I went in with about 3 layers actually. Basically, I just applied a small amount of shadow at a time and built up the intensity until I was happy with the colour payoff. So I've taken Makeup and Chill, and this is just a warm brown, a matte shade again. I'm starting by tapping this down on the outer corner of the eye. Technique wise, I'm applying it in a similar way to the previous shade, a little at a time and building up the intensity. So this is important, especially when it comes to the darker shades, because it's very easy to go overboard. Apply a small amount at a time and blend, and then you're less likely to go wrong. Then I'm going in with Chocolate Martini, and this is one of the shimmer shades. Make sure, especially when you're working with the shimmery shades, that you tap off the excess product, because you don't want that falling down onto your cheeks and ruining your base makeup. So with the use of a flat C-shaped brush, I'm just patting this eyeshadow down on my lid, making my way halfway across the lid. Once I'm happy with how that looks, then I'm going in with Tickle Me, and firstly I'm applying this dry, just to the remaining half of the lid, and then I'm wetting my brush and reapplying the shadow just to give me that extra pop. I think the little bit of sparkle on the lid makes it look really glamorous, and this makeup look, because it's neutral, will go with any dress colour. If you wanted to really tie the look together, you could match the lip to your dress, so red lip, red dress, pink lip, and so on. Because the eyes are neutral, any lip colour will suit. I've just taken the darkest shade in the palette, the black shade called Stiletto. It's a gorgeous matte black, really pigmented. I've picked up some of that and I'm basically tapping it down on the outer corner of my eye, starting right in at the roots of the lashes and fading it upwards as I get to the crease. Once I'm happy with the blend, then I'm going in with some lashes, and I have a full in-depth tutorial on this step if you need a little more help. I'll link that below. These lashes are nice and wispy on the outer corner, so they're really going to complement the shape of the shadow and are going to add to that nice elongated effect that I was going for. For that bit of extra drama, I decided to stack 2 of the same sets of lashes on top of each other. Not necessary at all, I just like the effect. For the lower lash line, I'm beginning by sweeping that transition shade down all the way along the lash line, and then I'm pressing that matte warm brown into the roots of the lashes. I'm using an angled brush for this step because it helps me pat the product on there, but once I'm happy with how that looks, then I'm taking my pencil brush once again, sweeping along the lash line, and this is going to help fuse those 2 shades together. Then I'm adding a bit more depth, so I'm adding the black and pressing this into the lashes too, but just on the outer third. I decided to go for a brown liner instead of black today because it's less harsh, so I'm adding that to the waterline now, and then I'm finishing off the look with some mascara. So I'm applying this to the lashes to blend my own lashes in with the false ones, and then that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and found it helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.